Some encouraging news in the fire burning near Estes Lake. Within the last hour, word for the fire lines, they are holding despite high winds overnight. We'll get a live update for you straight ahead.
Also happening right now, crews investigating a fire that led to hundreds of evacuations overnight in the Red Feather Lakes area. It ripped through cabins and sent a propane tank flying into a home. Now, that Red Feather fire is out this morning, but the Fern Lake Fire continues to burn in Rocky Mountain National Park near Estes Park. Extreme winds caused this blaze to double in size over the weekend, prompting thousands of evacuation and pre-evacuation notices.
Let's get the latest. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez is live at the Beaver Meadows Visitor Center in Rocky Mountain National Park. And Tyler, even with some relatively good news, the park is still closed.
They're breathing a sigh of relief today after an incredible weekend where you said the fire doubled in size, extreme winds. Part of their concern, bone dry conditions. Look at this. This is the Beaver Meadow Visitor Center. This is 9,000 feet. Not a drop of snow anywhere to be found. When we get beyond this tree, you can see there is snow in the mountains, but nowhere near enough to make a difference for this fire. It has been so dry. It's just over that ridge, blowing away from the town. That's the good news. And despite the fact that we had 60-mile-an-hour winds last night, apparently this fire blew back on itself. Such great news for the firefighters here today. They had 150 firefighters on it overnight trying to make sure it was contained. It's still estimated at 20% containment. It did grow, but to the north and west, away from Estes Park. These are areas that haven't burned in centuries, and it's dangerous for hand crews. Makes it tough to get in there and try to build a fire line. And they've been dealing with this fire for weeks. It started October 9th due to an illegal campfire. In addition to the fact that the terrain is so difficult, that was compounded by the strong winds that grounded their air support on Sunday.
Fire researchers have determined it hasn't burned in, almost 1,000 years. So there's a lot of dead and down trees, timbered lake. If you ever tried to walk through an area with a lot of deadfall in it and heavy timber, you can't even hardly walk through there. In those cases, you can't put firefighters on the ground in there because if they were to get hurt, you can't evacuate them safely. There's so many beetle kill trees that fall, just randomly fall, the silent killers. It's just not safe to put firefighters there. And if we say our #1 priority is firefighter and public safety, we need to back that up with our actions.
They should get their air support back today. They've got a plane on standby at the air tanker base in Jefferson County. They hope to get it back in the air. Right now they're believing that it's going to be 4,400 acres. That's an estimate for the fire. They're going to get a plane up in the air and take a better look today. But that's certainly good news. Still 20% contained. Looks like it's moving away from Estes Park. All of the pre-evacuation and evacuation notices, and the estimate is between 1,000 and 2,000 of those phone calls went out. Those are all still in place until they get a better look at this fire and try to get that air support going today. Live in Larimer County, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.